I had a week vacation in Turkey. I'm breaking it up in, I think, 7 episodes. So this is the first episode of the trip to Turkey. The trip was from August 2nd to the 9th, 2024. As you can see, we got Turkey, we got Hagia Sophia, and some very expensive currency. And so we have different chapters. We're going to start with Friday and prep, and then we'll talk about transportation and maps and money. And then we'll go through the 7 days, Saturday to Friday. And we can just already look at the expenses from the trip. The total was $2,000, almost $2,100. And I broke these up into percents. So the number one cost was the flights, which was 58% of the cost. And then number two was the shopping. This was clothes shopping. So it's 14, almost 15%. And normally I wouldn't do a lot of clothes shopping, but I needed some, and I like to do in the shop, go into the dressing room, that sort of thing. And in China, most of the shopping you want to do online because it's 4 or 5 times cheaper to order it online. But in Turkey, I thought it would be cheaper, and then it turned out they're almost, because of inflation, their prices are almost the same as America, but the quality is a little bit better for what you get. And then the third thing was the hotels, of course, 13.5%, and then restaurants coming in fourth at 5%, and pretty much everything else was just around 1% or so. So it just shows you most of your costs when you go on a trip is going to be the flight, the hotel, and if you do shopping or restaurants, then that can be kind of high, but the restaurants won't really match the flights or the hotel. The days leading up to the trip, I decided to try different flavors of ice cream. We had peach, melon, and plum. They were all delicious. I think, which one was the best? Maybe the plum one, but the peach one was good too. Then my last supper, I had a mix of chicken nuggets and what we call this, maybe a wing. It was just crispy chicken. I'm not sure if it was a wing or what, but we had chicken nuggets and then chicken on the bone. And I forgot to get ketchup in the supermarket, so I went to the convenience store and there were 2 types of ketchup. I didn't really know the difference, so I thought I'd try them both. And then I headed to the airport. Maybe I should have taken a picture of that, getting a taxi and all that, but I didn't do that. Here are the boarding passes. So as you can see, I went to Jiaqing, that's Beijing, and that was a shorter flight. And then I had an 8-hour flight to Istanbul, and I arrived there pretty early. But as we took off here in China, you could see the sun peeking through kind of a blurry window picture actually. And I noticed there was a giant cloud to the right of the plane. I thought it looked like a thundercloud. Now let's just see what happened. But yeah, there's lightning. Then I got another shot. Wow. So next week, we're going to take a look at the maps, the transportation, and the money, just to give you an idea if you do go to Istanbul, then how you can get around with the transportation. A lot of times, public transportation in a foreign country can seem really challenging, but I think it's pretty easy in Turkey. They have a metro, they have a tram, and they have a metro bus, and all you need is a Istanbul card. But we'll find out more about that next week.